Yes, we got it. Got it good. Anyway, today, TFS 81 taking on my squadron. Let's talk about who's flying. In the upper camera 3, we've got Rook, Sky, Banana, and Seagull taking off for TFS 81. And then for MY squadron, we have Wazer, Plural Boink, Moody Rider, and Grand Viz is who is representing them. So how do we think today's matchup is going to go? I have no idea. And somebody is telling me that it needs a little explanation. Explanation for what? You got it right. You can also press Control, pause, short explanation. What? Alpha, what do you need? You're talking to me in Discord, and I don't know what you need. I have no idea. Anyway, these guys are departing. Let's take a look at the TAC view. Bam. Bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. And it did not start because you are special TAC view. TAC view. Start! Real-time telemetry, local, connect. It connected, but it doesn't see anybody. Sometimes I wonder. Sometimes it really makes me wonder. So we're just going to play it this way. And we are at 1707. 1710. There we go. 18. So we'll just count it in. We'll hit play, and we can go from there. Boom. Boom, boom, shaboom. So this is playing. You guys now have TAC view, and we are off and rolling. These guys are departing. Bam. And we are going. So today we were gonna do first-person cameras, but I couldn't get it to work. So, and by not getting to work, I got it to work, but so many people are talking to me about stuff. Anyway, I was gonna do first-person cameras today, but it didn't work. So I don't know. But I keep saying it didn't work. It worked, but we can't get the timestamp to show up. Like, I can't get the status bar at the bottom to show up, so they don't. Like, I can't tell what fast forward level I'm at, what timestamp I'm at, so I can't sync it with the overall cameras. I wish we could. Well, supposedly, Alpha Whiskey has supposedly gotten it to work. You should go to your DSES, head to gameplay, enable cockpit status bar, open mission editor, do the changes, and also enable cockpit status bar from there, and it will work. Okay, so supposedly I can get this to work in round 2. And actually, I'm going to bring Low Blow in. So let's do Discord. So we're going to bring Low Blow in, and we'll get this going. Let me see if my camera works. Bleep, bleep, bleep. My camera. No worky. Why are you not working? What? Where did my Camlink camera go? They disappeared! Well, they probably didn't disappear. It just decided it didn't want to work. So anyway, I'm going to call Low Blow. We're going to get him in, and then we will come back here with this ingress here. So be right back. All right, don't worry about a camera. Can you... Mine's not working. That work? Okay, so that works. Can you hear me, Loblo? Say something now.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
1,
All right,
2,
we're good.
3.
We're good.
All right.
And I'm going to need to give you the TAC view. These guys are just ingressing, so you haven't missed anything.
Online debriefing.
No, that hasn't been... Well, we can try it. Hold on, I've got like 5 zillion windows open. I got to find the right one that I need. This one?
Alrighty.
Real-time telemetry for me, for whatever reason, isn't working. I'm gonna try and get it. Well, I guess you can just do an online debriefing. Mine's already running.
Yeah.
So, host. All right, I'm hosting an online debriefing, so you should be able to join. But chat, what do you think? How do you think today's matchup's going to go?
Okay, I'm in.
I think these guys are pretty evenly matched. Low Blow's here to drive the TAC view, so I don't have to drive it. So we're just going to have to see. We've got multiple 16s. Multiple 16s coming from the TFS 81 side, and then we've got a 16 and 18 and 2 14s for, well, maybe I've got this wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. So we've got a 16 from Grand Viz, Moody Rider's in a 16, and then Plural Boink is in a 18, and Wazer is in an 18. So no 14s for MY Squadron. And then if we look down at TFS 81, Sky is in a 16, Rook's in an 18, and then we've got 2 14s in Seagull and Banana. So TFS 81 definitely has the reach advantage with those Phoenix. I don't know what weapon restriction we're running yet. I don't know if it's Mark 47s or if it's going to be what am I trying to say? Or if it's going to be Mark 60s. We saw yesterday's matchup. Who was it? Phoenix Task Force against Golden Crown. Team taking all the 14s. They took 6 14s. Got schmammered. It was a 3-round. I think. Well, it was best of 2. It was best of 2. And the 14s just. I think they fired too early, and they didn't have enough munitions late in the game. But it looks like it is weapon restriction B, as there goes the first 120 off the rails from Sky.
Yeah, you're looking at 56 miles between the Tomcats and the first MY jet there at the moment.
Which, I don't know why that 120B was launched. I mean, that is an extraordinarily long shot. So you've got, I guess it wasn't as far as I thought it was going to be. I guess it was 30-some miles. But Moody Rider, I don't think, is going to have any issue getting away from this. He just got the missile warning. I don't know why he's dumping flares. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Flares aren't going to do anything against incoming radar threat. 120.
Same with Grand Viz, though. That's a 29-mile shot from Grand Viz back there at Rook.
Maybe they're just trying to get him down from altitude. I think that would be my guesstimate as to what is going on. Taking these shots, trying to get TFS 81 to dump some of their altitude so they're not able to come in on these high altitude ingresses and use all of that energy and impart it in onto their missiles. Look at the altitude, though, from Plural Boink. He's at 41,000 feet up there, but he is only Mach 0.8. So I'm a little concerned about his airspeed being that high. He's going to have a really hard time getting his airspeed up being that high at almost 42,000 feet now.
Yeah.
Now you've got two 14s coming in with Seagull and Banana. Are those Phoenix going to be able to make anything happen? We were going to try and run first-person cameras, as I said earlier, but I was running into issues. Supposedly, Alpha Whiskey has fixed this issue. We should be able to get some first-person cameras going into round 2. Hopefully.
All right, so 50 miles with the Tomcats at the moment. Let's see what Malazar's looking at. 41 miles. So it's interesting to see the 81 guys holding on to their Phoenixes until they get within sort of like a high PK.
Well, I think that's good. I mean, they're using Mark 47, so I'd want them to wait to inside 25 miles. Really, 20 to 15 miles would be, I think, the ideal range that you'd want to be utilizing that. And then we've got another 120 coming from Plural Point. I mean, look at that. Mm-hmm. Why launch from that? What's that range? It looks like you've got it marked it on Seagull,
38.
and that's 40 miles on the launch. That is a very, very long way.
I mean, he's high. He was up at nearly 40K, but he's not ultra fast, so it's really not going to have the legs.
I don't anticipate it being able to do anything. I mean, we can keep an eye on it and see what it does, but I don't anticipate it being able to reach out and touch anybody. I mean, it is maintaining its airspeed decently well. It's at 60,000 feet. It's hovering right around Mach 2.5, so it is doing okay, but as it gets into terminal guidance against Seagull, we're going to, I believe, see it start to bleed all of its energy, especially after it has its patented missile aneurysm as it goes into terminal guidance. Coming down through 50,000 feet now, 45,000 feet. And let's grab it. Let me see if I can get it here. So here is the missile. Switching over to it right now. Here's the missile. You guys can see it on TAC view. I don't even see Seagull yet. Oh, there he is. He's down there 6 miles away, and the missile's already under 1,000 knots. Coming through 30,000 feet, and it's just going to continue to bleed airspeed as it comes around. Now it's lost track as Seagull is turning away. So, okay shot, but especially when you're a 16, utilizing these weapons early is going to do nothing but hurt you in my eyes. Yes, you could be trying to get somebody down from altitude, but I think you'd much rather have that weapon later than use it to try and get somebody to do your bidding early in the match. Because in reality, you could get them to, they could overcommit if they don't get shot at, right? They could commit further if they don't get a missile warning and then be in too deep and unable to egress, and you guys they could get an easy kill.
MY doing a better job of maintaining their altitude though. The 81 guys are down in the weeds for the most part. Even the guys out the back, in mid-20s right now. Low to mid-20s.
Well, MY Squadron has been known for their what's the word I'm looking for? Dedication, I think, to maintaining a decent altitude. So we've got Moody Rider 25,000 feet, Grand Viz 36,000 feet, Plural Point 32,000 feet, and Wazer at 40,000 feet. Now, this could come back to bite them in the way that they could get caught out with their pants down against the Phoenix. If you get in too close and you're too high and the Phoenix is coming up at you, that could pose a threat. It could pose an undefendable problem that MY Squadron can't do anything against. Chat pointing out another 120 coming from Grand Viz. And there it is. This one looks like it's coming in onto Rook. So let's ride along.
About 25 mile shot, I think.
And I think that's a better shot. Mwazer or Grand Viz was at over 30,000 feet. Here's the missile coming in. And Rook isn't doing anything to defend. Here's Rook's view. And let me grab that missile on camera 1. Rook is now defending. Am I going to get it early enough? Here's the missile. Right. Grab it. Grab it. There it is. 6 split view. So here's the missile coming down from on high.
Yeah.
And Rook may be in trouble. He's like defending around this missile, and he gets hit. So Rook just kind of spirals down, and the missile comes down from on high and pounds him into oblivion. And I think that was the case of not defending, not committing to any type of defense, and he just kind of spun down in a circle, and the missile was able to come down and pile drive him from above.
Yep. They're down to 3v4, and Sky just defending Moody Rider's slammer there by getting down into the weeds. And, you know, worth mentioning is that they are in the hills here, so should this devolve into some BFM, it's going to be going to make for some interesting fights down there with the hills, I think.
I don't anticipate that happening. We haven't seen a lot of that happen this year. But we'll have to see. Moody Rider, if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Moody Rider. Moody Rider is notorious, especially from his flanker days, for getting down into the weeds and trying to make something happen.
You got a 20 mile Phoenix on Moody right now.
I think he's going to line of sight it. Where is it? Where is it? I don't see it.
Well, just dodged it. Just dodged it. I think.
Yeah, I think he line of sighted it. Moody Rider's really good at recognizing where he's at, where the missile's at, and making something happen accordingly. So if anybody's going to utilize the hills, I think it's going to be him.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're definitely getting closer. You know, we're looking at around about 20 mile, 22 mile slammer shots now. There's one out of Plural onto Sky. Sky defending again in the weeds. So you got all of 81 down in the dirt right now. And for the most part, MY up around 30k. So, you know, you have to give the situational awareness to MY at this point.
Yep. Yep.
Not to mention that they're up an aeroplane as well. And the other thing you've got is Moody in a great flanking position from out west.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because what you've got is 81 all bunched up together there, down low. And the question is, you know, who sees Moody Rider and who's going to actually engage him? Because he is in a brilliant position to run amok here at the moment.
Well, it looks like Sky
like he's lining up Sky.
Looks like Sky is engaging him. Moody Rider puts a 120 out. Sky coming in. He's still got 2 drop tanks on, but Sky's actually not the one to engage him. It's Seagull putting an AIM 54 out onto Moody Rider, and that is a close range AIM 54. Sky now defending against Moody Rider. AIM 54. Let me see if I can grab it on a different camera. So here's the AIM 54 that is coming in. Let's see if we can get Sky's 120. Where is it? And is it the AIM 54 that's going to get him? And the AIM 54 takes Moody Rider down, not the 120, and it's Seagull. So he had 2 different threats coming in, and he may have not recognized that it was a dual threat and just tried to defend the 120, and that AIM 54 with tons more energy was able to take him out of the sky.
Super unfortunate. I was hoping that he was going to do good work with that flanking position, but you know, moving on, Plural Boink basically taking up another flank on him here, and I think the main problem for MY at the moment is that the 2 guys up north aren't really pressing. You know, so you've got Moody, who was in an awesome flanking position. If the northern guys had pressed and provided the main distraction there, Moody would have been able to do some good work. But unfortunately, he just ends up getting singled out. And what we see now is that Plural Boink is putting himself in a similar position, although lucky for him, nobody's looking at him right now.
Right.
And he fires looks like a 19-mile Sparrow, which is going to not really do anything. But yeah, unlucky for Moody that he found himself in that position. I think that Phoenix had his name all over it.
Yeah, it was a case of him thinking he had a kill, tunnel visioned onto, who was it? Onto Sky, and didn't see the incoming Phoenix. And at that range, I think the missiles must have been right on top of each other. And I got to put that up to just an unawareness of having 2 threats out there instead of just the one.
Yeah. Yeah, so MY grouping back up now, and what we've got left here, let me just see.
It is a
2
3v3.
Hornets and a Viper. Yeah.
Phoenix
2
coming
Hornets and
from
a Viper
Seagull.
versus 2 Tomcats and a Viper.
Can we see who that's on? Phoenix coming from Seagull. Can't tell who that's on yet. Our timestamp.
It's on Mozart, who's getting down into the dirt. We've got HUD view on that Phoenix right now. It's smoldering.
So here it is, still accelerating over 2,000 knots so far, 18,000 feet. It's not climbing any further.
Oh, he's in trouble here, I think.
Coming into terminal guidance 3 miles away now. It's going through its patented aneurysm. 1.5 miles, still at 1,200 knots. Is it going to be able to? No! He's able to notch it,
man.
And it loses track of him right at the last second. Great defensive maneuvering from Wazer, and now he's flying just below a deadly threat, but he's able to get away from it.
Break. We've got a 12-mile slammer out of Plural onto Seagull, and let's go and see how he's going to defend this.
Here's the slammer coming in onto Seagull. And I don't see who it's tracking. I think he line-of-sighted it. It's just on the other side of this mountain. Yeah, that's not a threat. The missile's not even tracking him anymore. It's going to fly directly into the ground. No issue there whatsoever. So let's move back to the TAC view and see how everything's shaping up. Again, this is still a 3v3. Nobody really looking to commit. Wazer, though, trying to maybe make things happen. And we talked about MY Squadron holding their altitude, but Wazer is skimming mountaintops right now, head on against Sky. Is he going to be able to get the sneak on? Is he actually on Sky? I can't tell. His situational awareness at this altitude is going to be pretty poor. He does look like, it's hard to tell if he's able to see him. He's 7 miles away still. Doesn't look like he's coming up at him yet. They are still head-to-head. They're 5 miles away now. There goes the 120, so he does see him, and that is on Sky. Is Sky going to be able to get away from that? Let's pause it because I need to get a different camera angle. And the TAC view didn't pause, so we're going to pause the TAC view and back it up. Come on here.
TAC view's paused there at 4:37:00, and
it's not letting me move.
That missed.
No, you don't ruin it. So here's the missile right here coming in on Sky, and let's go ahead and hit play. It didn't work. Why didn't you work? Let's hit play again. There we go, and it does indeed miss. TAC view. All right, do you have to hit play on the TAC view? Because I can't unpause it. Go ahead and move to 3720. Good.
Yep.
So there's the quad view of everybody that we're seeing so far.
Slammer from Grand Viz on Seagull there from about 15 miles. Let's see this here.
Nah, not a threat. Not a threat at all. So none of these, we've getting some good shots, but we're having great defensive maneuvers by both teams. TFS 81 and MY Squadron are doing a great job of recognizing when a threat's coming in and then immediately committing outside of what we saw earlier from Rook. Very early commitment to a type of defense, and they're making it work. I got to give both teams credit for doing this. Going back to the TAC view now, look at how far away Banana is down there to the south.
Yep.
I think that's going to come back to bite him. That is going to have a high possibility of causing some serious problems for TFS 81 coming in here. He's really turning this into a 2v3 at this point. Grand Viz is now launching onto, who did he launch on? He launched onto Sky. I think that's on Sky. No, it's on Seagull.
That's on Seagull.
Pause!
And he's dead.
You got it. You're killing me.
I mean, I'm just saying what I'm seeing on the TAC view.
So here comes the missile, and it plows into him, and Seagull gets taken down. We are now at 38:43. You can hit play. And Seagull is dead. His engines are kaput, and he is taken down and out of the match. So great shot coming in there from Grand Viz, making things happen. And now I think the person that we need to watch is Wazer coming in here, and he's merged with Sky. He takes him down. So Wazer getting in deep, making things happen, and that's 2 casualties really quick for TFS 81, and Grand Viz and Wazer making things happen, making headway for the MY Squadron side.
Yeah. What time stamp are you at now?
39:28.
What time stamp? Right, so Banana all the way in the south, and you called it. You said Banana getting out of position was going to hurt him, and it did.
That's what I thought. I thought it was going to be really difficult. I mean, when you're in an even situation, that's really not a place you want to be in, but an uneven situation, when you're a man down, which is essentially what happened there to Seagull and Sky without Banana in the mix, it's really difficult. It's really not a place you want to be in. And Banana, actually, the reason he's so far south is he doesn't have any fuel. He's out of gas. So I think what he was trying to do was to get south, and then if the match, ended, he would be able to RTB back to Sanaki. But that's not going to happen now, as he's totally out of fuel and sinking. So he's at 8,000 feet descending.
Early long-range slammers and forcing guys out of the Angels, and that is one side effect of that, is that guys are going to be burning fuel faster. And it's definitely a consideration here. What was the distance between the two air bases, do you know?
Not too far. It's Makeup against Sanaki, so 150 miles, 75-mile ingress or so. So Silver Phoenix says supposedly TFS 81 Banana had radar issues that would not let him engage anybody. Well, that is not good. That is not good. But on top of that, he ran out of fuel, which is not something you want to do either. Still descending. Let's take a look at the TAC view. So they don't know where he is, or maybe they're just ignoring him. But he's going to, regardless, hit the ground here shortly anyway. Still descending. And let's just fast forward this, because he's not going to be able to do anything in this state. He's just gliding. And the MY Squadron guys don't know where he is either. So riding along with him in this inevitable run into the ground, I think isn't necessarily... Oh, wait. We need to pause. Pause. Okay. Pause it! Game? Come on. I so wish we could rewind in TAC view. Sometimes it just really bothers me. So they do end up finding him. And by find him, I mean they get in close and then fire lots of different things. And if we look at this camera angle, there are three 120s. I think they're all from Plural Boink, and he launched it, and Wazer coming in onto Banana. Banana is in for a bad time. Wazer is down there 5 miles away. Let's go ahead and hit play and watch all these come into fruition. And there is nothing that Banana can do except maybe eject preemptively as these missiles start to connect with his aircraft. He loses his right wing, his right horizontal stab. The second one flies overhead. The third one smashes into him. He loses his left wing and his left horizontal stab. So now not only is he out of fuel, but he's out of wings, and you need both to be able to maintain sustained flight. Without it, you become an artifact in the ground, and that's exactly where Banana goes, and he is the last casualty for the TFS 81 side. And MY Squadron is able to finish it out with 3 pilots remaining. Now, will they have any fuel issues RTB in here? I doubt it.
Mm-hmm.
They did a bit better job on the fuel or on the altitude front, so I don't anticipate them having any problem with fuel. Let's turn up.
It's such a shame too, because I think you're right. The altitude was a deciding factor here. 81 were disciplined in their grinders. They were pretty good for the most part from the way they flew. Apart from the altitude maintenance, they spent a lot of time down there in the weeds.
Yep.
From early on in the match, and turns out that cost them, I think.
Well, it could have also been poor fuel management, staying at gate too long. We're making assumptions. I don't really know what the situation was here. I mean, could that have been the case? It very well could have, but could it also been the case of people staying in too high of an engine RPM? That also very well could have been an issue. So, I don't know. Would Banana have had an impact given what Silver Phoenix said he was encountering with radar issues and unable to launch? Probably not. I don't think it really mattered that he ran out of fuel or not, but, who knows? Who knows what was going to happen here, or what could have been. But these guys are... How far are we from Makeup? We are 72 miles away from Makeup, so ingress to Bullseye is about 87 miles, 90 miles for both of these teams to get to the center. So 160, 170 miles round trip to get to Bullseye and then RTB from base to Bullseye and back. So fuel could be an issue here, but it's not the longest match. I mean, I think yesterday or the day before we had one from Novo to Mozdok, which was 300 miles, and double the ingress distance would have been a 300-mile round trip.
Yeah. What do you think about Banana's use of the Tomcats in these rounds? Because they did hold on to their Phoenixes until they got pretty close.
It could have been different if Banana could have launched his Phoenixes. TFS 81 had potential, but having a full aircraft that can't launch any weapons is a serious problem. And you might as well have been a 3v4. Now, given it being a 3v4, they didn't do too bad. I'm anxious to see if they have 2 working Tomcats, what that ends up doing for them. I think that's the biggest issue for them that they need to overcome is have 4 working jets. If you only have 3 working jets, well, odds are you're in for a bad time. I think that's their biggest thing coming into the next round. If they can get 4 working jets, we saw them be able to utilize the Tomcat. They waited. Moody Rider succumbed to a Tomcat launch, right, from like 15 miles, 8 and aim 54. So if they're able to do that in round 2, I think they very well could win. But they have to make sure that they have 4 working jets and not just 3.
Yeah. Do you want me to wind back to some of the action in the fight on the TAC view while these guys are egressing?
Not a bit. They're almost RTB. They're almost home. So not a big deal. Just watching these guys RTB, and we will move on to round 2. And in round 2, we're going to take a little bit longer of a break because I'm going to try and get first-person cameras working. We're going to ride along, if I can get them working, with Freak and Oku, I think is who we're going to ride along with because I don't have the TFS 81, so they're both going to be my squadron instead of one of each. But I'm going to try to get first-person cameras going for Freak and Oku who fly in the next round. So, again, the reason we're doing both for MY Squadron is because I couldn't find the TFS 81. I don't think they submitted them to me. So we're going to try it. I'm going to try and make it work. Hopefully it works. And supposedly Alpha Whiskey has fixed or found a workaround for getting the timestamps and stuff for these cameras. Wazer has got his gear down. Looks like he's turning on to finals here at Maycop. Where is the airfield? There it is. So he is putting down on finals. Looks like somebody's already landed. Can't tell who that is. Who's that? Grand Viz? No, it's not Grand Viz. I don't know who that is. Plural Boy. He's already landed. So right after Wazer lands, we are going to head off back to the TAC view, or to the Supercut, and you guys will see that again. I will try and get the first-person cameras going once again, and we will be back with round 2 action. Will TFS 81 be able to come back with 2 working Tomcats and 4 working jets to be able to equalize this at 1 apiece? Or will MY Squadron knock them out and take the match? I don't know. Let's find out. See you guys back here in a few minutes.